Hello, this is Jensen. You might also know me as the best mid lane LCS, or at the very least you will soon enough, and you're watching Thorin's YouTube channel.
But I had my game Supps earlier today. Here's quite a nice flavour, strawberry lemonade. I won't lie and say it's the best flavour, and there's many more flavours I prefer. But I will say this actually is a pretty good blend. Like, if you don't know, they have strawberry separately, which is just a classic strawberry flavour. They have lemonade, which I think is actually one of the absolute best ones. One of my go-tos, the really nice floor in terms of the flavour strength. And then this is just a blend of the two. So if you want kind of like something, I would say, for a bit of variety in your game of Supps, check out strawberry lemonade. So you can get to anything off, 10% off anything on the Game of Supps store using the code Thorin, Thorin, at gamersupps.gg. That includes all of the Game of Supps, caffeine-free Game of Supps, AFK, this blend that they use to help you go to sleep, the different gamer teas, waifu cups, t-shirts, anything on the shop, 10% off with the code Thorin. Right, so here's a classic one. So someone comes in and they say I'm racist. So let's just first of all establish what racist thing apparently I've done. So there's a post here from Drama Alert where it's showing just the most nightmare blood rotation of all time, innit? Because it's got Kai Cenat, iShowSpeed, Queso, who I don't even know who that is. I'm assuming someone who's an esports streamer, an influencer or something, and then XQC. And it says Kai Cenat, iShowSpeed, Queso, XQC, and more have been nominated for Streamer of the Year at the 2024 Esports Awards. Who do you think deserves it? Now, what's interesting there is they didn't just say who is like the best streamer, or they named a bunch of famous streamers, by the way, hoping they'll get engagement on the tweet. And then when they say who do you think deserves it, you're actually asking me not just who even is the best streamer, who deserves to win a streaming award. So I thought this is a pretty relevant thing to say in 2024. So I said, who remembers those streaming clips of iShowSpeed being shitty to women on the mic in Valorant a couple of years ago? Now, if you don't know, the first time I ever heard of iShowSpeed, I'm sure there'll been a same for a bunch of people who were in the hardcore esports world, but not in the general general like gaming influencer or like young person TikTok influencer world, which is he first appeared with a famous video where he was playing Valorant, and in the game, like a girl just said something on the mic for real, like, go B guys. And he was like, is that a bitch? Is that a bitch in my game? And he just did like that for real, even if it was a bit. He did that for like 5 minutes, just absolutely was shitty to this person. And what's mental is the point I'm making here, which is, bro, can you even imagine if like Richard Lewis or I Will Dominate did that and then tried to just have a general career in gaming and esports? Do you think they would be nominated for fucking awards and told like, here you go, here's your Oscar for being the greatest streamer in the world? They would be blacklisted forever. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You're not totally wrong. I absolutely think that this person's skin colour is what has allowed them to dodge that fucking barrier. That has meant that they haven't gotten gatekept. And in fact, now, just like Tyler One's embraced in League, this guy is completely embraced by all the little clout goblins just because he's a super famous streamer. We're just going to pretend he never did any of that shit, but then go on and on about some tweet someone in fucking esports did 7 years ago. Get up my face. So I just pointed that out. Remember when he was just being shitty to women? By the way, an objective fact. So then this person goes, I didn't expect Thorin to become the SJW for the scene, but I'm here for it because really stupid people, by the way, always do this thing where they go, oh, what's that? A lion wanted to break into your house and kill you, so you killed the lion with your shotgun? Hey man, you are just as bad as the lion. You are just killing stuff. And it's like, well, obviously there's a very clear distinction between I was like defending myself and then killed something because otherwise I would be killed. They just took an act of aggression openly with no provocation. That's not really the same thing at all. In fact, in a very material and philosophical sense, it's completely different and distinct in a way that anyone who's not a cretin would see. But this moron, right, so remember, what's annoying about SJWs? Let's take his premise for real for a second. What's annoying about SJWs is they just comment that things have happened that were fucked up and hypocritical. Oh wait, they don't do that. What SJWs do, hence the warrior and justice part, is they try to materially affect the world to change what they think is fucked up. They will do things like dox you if you're someone who's behind an alias, so that everyone in your school, your work, your family, they might even contact like your family on on Facebook or your boss separately and try and make either like specious complaints like, hey, I'll never shop with your company again because this guy's employed, or they'll just tell them stuff like, hey, have you seen that your husband or son or nephew did this like joke on the internet under his like under like an anonymous account? He's actually like a secret Nazi because he supports Donald Trump. They'll do that, right, and actually try and fuck up your job, your livelihood, no, it's the same thing, your profession, your reputation, even your personal relationships. That's pretty not just annoying, fucked up. Now, in what way am I doing that by doing this tweet? In what possible context am I an SJW? I'm not, am I? This is just a dunce who thinks calling people out makes you an SJW. By the way, how would it even be an SJW to be like, oh, wow, do you know this guy was just being a piece of shit to women? Like, oh, a bit of an SJW, eh? No, I'm not actually. I'm not even saying, by the way, he can't fucking be a streamer. I'm just pointing out it's a bit hypocritical to go, that's unacceptable behaviour, and then go, wait a second, wait, pause. Oh, did he get famous? Forget about it then. He's the shit. There's a trophy. Again. So then the moron goes, I think we are stating to see a bit of racist Thorin coming out. Second questionable post in a short while. Then this moron goes, nah, Thorin isn't racist. And this person goes, he is probably an equal opportunity hater. Well, then by definition, I couldn't be racist, you cretin, because to be racist would be to specifically discriminate on the basis of race. But according to you, I just hate everyone. Then I can't be racist, you dumb fuck. Just seen a few interesting posts toward African Americans, right? I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. Again, you be the judge. Does my Twitter seem like I'm obsessed with like making a point that African Americans are inferior to... What are you talking about? It's just pulled out of your ass. Even this isn't about fucking African Americans, you dunce. So he goes, haven't noticed that coded language from before. Coded just means it never happened, but a lunatic decided to read into normal things I am saying and infer that they secretly mean what he wishes they meant in his brain. He is mentally ill. Let's go look at this guy's interactions with me, see how cool he is, shall we? So here's his most recent one, January the 1st. So what happened was, on January the 1st, I said, any sport in which you can share the championship is filled with people who don't understand the essence of competition, because there was this thing here where they were saying, like, maybe we'll just share the championship. He goes, you should do a segment. Tell them why you're mad, son, and stop pretending it's objective analysis, right? I pretended this is objective analysis. I didn't. It's on Thorin's Twitter account. I'm giving my opinion about competition. But let's make up a straw man that was never me or anything I ever said. Directly to me, comment on that straw man, destroy the straw man, and then think, fucking beat him, didn't I? And stop pretending it's objective analysis. Just lean even further into the hater stick, right? I'm just a hater by pointing out that in a competition designed for one person to win, that for two people to get to the end in the final and go, let's just share the goal, isn't really the fucking objective of the competition, is it, you dunce? That makes you a hater to say you want tournaments to have one winner, to have one winner. You are the esports star. You already know he's a dunce, by the way, he wrote esports. And Buck Wild. Look him up if you haven't heard of him, especially, well, he's just a moron, and he's just a moron. But let's keep going. There's a lot more good stuff here, right? A few weeks before, this person's never done a single thing for me or given me 1 second of interesting content or value. But they're even though they're going to trash me in every comment, oh yeah, great interview. You still ugly though. Yeah, brilliant, great one, mate. By the way, I look 1,000 times better than you'll look at 41. That's absolutely a slam dunk right there. Then, day or two before that, almost every argument in favour of Faker being Player of the Year in 2024 means he wouldn't have been Player of the Year in 2017. That shows how fucked these awards are, since he was a much better player relative to the world in 2017. Y'all making it complicated. The answer is the GOAT gonna get the awards. Right, so logically, guys, let's pause there. Even if T1 wins nothing and doesn't even make Worlds, according to him, since Faker will still be the GOAT, Faker will win MVP of Worlds, he will win Player of the Year, he will be PC Player of the Year, he will be Middler of the Year, because he's just the GOAT. That's the only factor. Because he's the GOAT, he wins the award. I'm glad I didn't make it too complicated and put in, like criteria, fucking context, nuance, like contrast things, even bring in historical references. No, I'm a dunce making it too complicated. He's the GOAT, so he just gets all the awards. If it's a vote and you have any reason to vote for the GOAT, a lot of fucking people are going to vote for the GOAT. Might not be fair. So you haven't really in any way informed me of anything or helped me of anything, you fucking dunce. But a dunce always thinks that they're the one making the smart comment. So then I had one where I put, T1 stands literally were horrible to people, blah, blah, blah. Stay mad. Brilliant comment, by the way. Great. Excellent. So By the way, anytime I'm the same, I'm never the same. So let's just see how I'm not the same, but Amora will just go, you're the SJW now. You're basically fucking Zoe Quinn. Want to know why nobody likes T1 stands? Their behaviour. That's it. Solely that reason. Next question. Thorin, you are literally the same. Right, so my behaviour is literally the same as T1 stands. So I sit around speculating which other male member of the T1 starting lineup fucks Carrier in his arsehole because they looked cute in a picture, so I ship them as gay lovers, which means one of them is the bottom and gets fucked by the other, and since they see Kerry as this little short guy who plays support, he gets fucked up his arse. Yeah, that totally not deranged behaviour is what I do on my Twitter and my... I'm doing it right now, in fact. And you know what? Then, when people say comments about T1, and I'm in love with T1 because I'm the same as them, I then send them death threats. I pay trucks to go to the T1 studio, and then I say things like, oh, don't mention us, that's weird, he's an incel, and they'll never have say, oh, no, I don't do any of those things. In fact, I am completely the opposite on all of those areas of relevance. Most of your content is bait. None of my content is bait. The only difference is you are very skilled heel and you embrace it. So he's so fucking stupid. He thinks my content is a bait and I'm playing a heel character I embrace, but that's nothing like T1 stands. That's the only difference is I'm playing a character. I mean, I don't do any of those things, though, do I? So it doesn't work. By the way, how many times in a month are these deranged lunatics going to message me, by the way? What's so wrong with their lives, by the way? What is it that is so wrong with their lives that they just like, this actually might be the real person with a fucking child in real life. And they're just obsessed, by the way, follow 700 people, 59 followers. And they're just constantly messaging me like I'm their fucking dad or something. So, congratulations to all the idiot voters in League of Legends. By the way, this guy obsessively defending Faker, you'll notice. You've now ensured nobody can match Faker's resume, since Faker himself didn't even do the shit you're claiming. Way to make the best resume in history partially fraudulent. More eggplant palm for Lil Donkey. Yeah, brilliant. You've nailed it there. It's a great comment. It's a really great comment. So, let's go to here, shall we? By the way, he's just doing that thing again where he informs us of the most basic information that everyone knows, but thinks he's like fucking Tesla who just invented it by telling us that shit. Right, Knight this year was better than Faker in 2017, but Faker's fans just choose to interpret a worse year from a worse player as better since their stands. Right, let's get ready for what mind-blowing response. You weird, bro. Oh, well, you've nailed it already. You can just stop there. No need to continue. You've nailed me already. Knight's team was so good this year. Only On played bad in the finals. That World's Finals, Faker's team was not there. They never came into the lobby. Right. Wait there a second. Do you know the best part about that? Is... he's trying to imply, because he's a moron Faker fan, that Knight isn't actually good like I'm implying and contrasting against Faker. He's actually trying to infer that Knight was carried by BLG, because he's putting Knight's team was so good this year, only On played bad in the finals. Now, what's weird is that also infers Knight played well in the finals, you cretin. Do you want to know what's hilarious? You know, he then goes, that World's Final, Faker's team was not there. Faker played like shit in the 2017 finals. He himself inadvertently just acknowledged Knight played well in the finals. So logically, Knight's better than Faker then. Because Faker, yes, you know what? T1 was crap in that Worlds, and so was Faker in the finals. He was dope in the rest of the playoffs. He was shit in the finals. Go watch the games, mate. He just gets flat out beaten. He doesn't play well at all. He has very little impact in the games. But no, when Knight does well, he's carried by his team. When Faker does badly, it's his team for not turning up. Okay, brilliant. So we can see this guy's a cretin. Here's a good one. It's too polite to T1 start. This is the same fucking month, by the way. We're still in December. It's too polite to T1 stance to even use examples like Chovy or Knight as better mid laners than Faker over the last few years. You can make a strong case BDD is a much more impressive body of play from 2017 to now than Faker. You are such a loser, like BDD is a dog. By the way, when he spells it that way, because he's an American imbecile sports ball guy, he means that like BDD doesn't have that heart anymore. By the way, BDD is on some shit rosters from like 2021 onwards, but let's just ignore that. He's been top 3/4 mid in the league since he entered. Again, he's doing that thing where he informs me of the information I already know, but thinks he's informing me of it. Like, spoiler, I'm fully aware of that because he used to win MVP every fucking split, you dunce. Any person can see at times Faker has had some dips, but get ready. Why are you possibly responding then if you acknowledge that what I'm saying is right? Anyone can see Faker's had some dips. And BDD at short times has even been better than Chovy. It sounds like you're agreeing. So then why did it start, you are such a loser, like BDD is a dog? So what he did at the beginning is go, well, first of all, before I address that, you're just a loser, because I secretly love Faker and you've hurt my feelings. And then secondly, how could BDD be better? Like he's a dog. So what he's inferring is I'm saying BDD is better than Faker in every aspect. And since I'm a loser sports ball American dickhead like him, I must think being a dog and being clutch is the most important factor in sports or performance. Spoiler, I don't. But that, never mind that though. Let's just make that. So I've never said anything about BDD being a dog or inferred that he must be if he's better than Faker. But what this dunce is saying is, well, I agree with everything you're actually saying, but what you didn't say, I don't agree with. So then he just puts an even stupider comment. Your firstborn's middle name should be Faker. He different paid for that kid's tuition. Right, okay, well, I think we'll just leave that one. I'll just leave that one out there. Certain things don't even need to be addressed, really, do they? League of Legends, now we're in November at least, is the only major esports game I'm aware of where they've now... I've noticed everything is about Faker. It's just all butthurt, triggered fan responses to boasts about Faker. The only major esports game I'm aware of where they've now twice voted someone player of the year who isn't even a contender for best at his position. Worst fan base in history, ruining esports history itself. Or best... considering fan is short for fanatic, and it's not analytical professional. Right, so people winning awards isn't about analysing their play, and also because the word fan is short for fanatic, it isn't. It literally isn't. The etymology is the word comes from the word fanatic. It isn't short for the word fanatic. So because fan is short for fanatic, that just means that they should ruin esports history and vote the wrong person in. All right, my bad. You win again with more shit informing of me about something. In this case, isn't even actually accurate, but okay. So let's go down. Let's see. I don't think I can bother reading this one. Let's see. Not even the best T1 player. What you're going to find is he just doesn't admit he thinks Faker should win all these awards, by the way. He pretended before it's just because they GOAT players. No. I put not even the best T1 player because he wins PC Player of the Year. He played the best in the finals and the EWC, so let's not pretend. Like, first of all, he didn't play the best in the finals. He didn't play the best at Worlds. And he wasn't even the best. By the way, players on the losing team in the final of Worlds played better than Faker in the final at Worlds. You can disagree because you're a dunce. I don't really care. And then you dare to count EWC. And a third-party tournament, which was invite only, now counts to being the best player of the year on all PC titles. Also, not a single mention about any other esports game because he doesn't know what he's talking about. This isn't a Riot Award. For someone objectively looking from the outside in, T1 won 2 out of 4 possible championships this year. Right. Notice he already has immediately failed. Immediately he's failed even basic mathematics. So T1 played LCK Spring, came second. They played MSI, where they came third. And then they played LCK Summer, where they came third. Then they played EWC, where they came first. And they played Worlds, where they came first. Can you see how that's not 4? That's 5. And he's the one counting EWC. So he's so stupid, it would be 4 if there was no EWC, but he's counting EWC. So, okay. So then he goes 1-2 out of a possible 4. He's immediately wrong. And Faker was the MVP both times. That's irrelevant. Who votes for MVP, by the way? You're making it sound like the game generated an MVP and gave it to Faker because objectively he was the best. Just a moron. When the biggest name wins, he wins everything. He didn't win everything, and he didn't win the second most important tournament of the year, the third most important tournament of the year, the fourth. He won the first and the fifth out of the ones he played. So we'll keep going down and go, same moron just saying all this shite anyway. Faker is not the best player, but he was when they won. That man, it's not even true, by the way. It's just not true. It's just also not true. So, okay. Let's see. He ain't Faker. That's the point, bro. It's not this deep. Faker over everybody else. Notice none of his explanation, except that he's just a dunce who just says Faker's the best if T1 wins, ever explains why Faker would win this award over another T1 player. Why can't Kerrier win it, or Zace, or an obvious one if you want the flaw of the game would be Gumayushi. Gumayushi had an excellent year in general. But no, he can never win. So let's keep going. I'm not going to do every single one. So we'll go down a bit. Let's see. Here's a good one. See this? PC Player of the Year. He goes, Zika won it in 2022. Right, I can tell you for a literal fact that Zika most definitely did not win PC Player of the Year. That's just not even vaguely true. He won the LCK Player of the Year. He certainly won that one. But if I go and I show you here, if we go to the Esports Awards for 2020, there's zero chance Zika from League of Legends won it, by the way. So we'll just go ahead and look at that. So if we go down, winners, and whatever. Let's see, player of the team. Let's go down. Where is Player of the Year? Simple from Counter-Strike, won Player of the Year. But to a moron, he's even on the internet. You could just Google this like I just did, or just search for it, and you would find that. He certainly did not win it in 2022, but he's a moron. So he just says that he did. Because another thing about T1 fans is they don't know history, and they lie about history. It's weird. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? Because, by the way, it is a lie to pretend you know something you haven't even looked into at all, just because you want it to be true. That is, you are pretending to know what you're talking about, you don't. There's a very key distinction there between being wrong and being a liar. It's the same arguments to everyone, as you can imagine. I mean, look how many fucking arguments there. By the way, we're never going to get out of November, so it's all good. Here's another good one. So, not even the best player. Dick and Cheese. Dick Cheese. Brilliant. By the way, that's what his whole thing is about. Apparently, that's what eggplant parm means. It means dick cheese or something. So, if he doesn't like what I say, like an actual 6-year-old kid, he goes, my dick cheese. My dick cheese. My dick's cheese. On this one, by the way, he's just actually tagging me. So he wins PC Player of the Year. Have some more eggplant palm, lol, donkey. Just an absolute lunatic, isn't he? Someone let Bozo Joe Marshall, when you're bidding for a free agent who has multiple bidders, their agent/representative isn't required to let you know if he plans to eventually join your team or provide a counter offer, aka bidding against themselves. Now, will this be a really insightful comment or will it be more about dick cheese? Let's see. 2 chips with the dip, Lil Thorin can go kiss the tip. Dick cheese. 4 trophies in 3 years. Imagine flaming an org because they could have had 10 trophies in 3 years. Your bias as shit. See, the mistake here is don't take it seriously. Think of him as like a really shit Jay and Silent Bob-esque character. And suddenly it becomes funny, actually, doesn't it? It actually becomes pretty good. Someone could make like an animated series out of how dog shit is to eat, couldn't they? It's all just about me eating dick. It's mental. It's actually mental. What's going to be the excuse for when Thorin won LCK? Why am I even reading my tweets? Eggplant palm again? You should get eggplant palm advertising for Last Free Nation. It's your favourite meal. He's trying to infer I suck dick because I'm disagreeing about Faker or something like who even knows? Let's just keep going though. And you a dick eater. Lol, donkey eggplant palm again. Here's a good one. Since Reckless did a comment, just tag me. Okay, sound. Put this tweet in a museum. You're so mad. Big Reckless is a champ. Yeah, I'm really mad Reckless is a world champion. I can't handle it. It just keeps me up all night. It's so absurdly disingenuous to pretend you want analytical content to be neutral. Nobody wants that. Difference is mentally ill people have a tantrum if their opinion isn't reflected back to them. Spoiler, he's done that a million times over by going on about me eating dicks thousands of times. Spoiler, it sounds like you're obsessed with other men putting dicks in their mouths. That might mean you're gay. Just an obvious thing to say. Co-streamers I want to watch with another fan. Yeah, I'm sure you have loads of fans. Hey, guys, pause the game a sec. I'm just going to tell the guy about eating dick again. We'll have to do it. Keep it paused. I've got 3 times I have to tell him he's eating dick and do an eggplant emoji. Stop them SJWs censoring me. Yo, podcast. By the way, this guy alone is like a reason why people hate Americans, but okay. It would be nice if we didn't have to skip past the biased ramblings to get the actual content. By the way, if opinions given by me on my podcast are biased ramblings, what on earth are you skipping past to? By that logic, everything in my podcasts is just biased ramblings and opinions, you dunce. What? Here's why he's a moron. What he means is when he skips past the part where I explain that T1 wasn't Team of the Year, but then I tell Monty, I actually think, though, that Faker's playing like Game 5 might be like the greatest esports moment ever. A moron, he then thinks that wasn't an opinion and goes, finally, some bloody facts and real objective journalism, because he's that fucking mentally ill. Legit gotta skip through some of the insight to actually get some content. You must just skip the whole VOD. What content? And it's so few decent pods in League. Yeah, I know, because you daily message me on Twitter, you fucking loser. So here's a good one. Give me 3 years of that 2023 JDG lineup. So many great BO5 team fights and more to be seen. What a dick rider. BLG basically just did what T1 did in 2022, and you still keep throwing night. Right, I didn't talk about BLG. I was talking about 2023 JDG, not 2024 BLG. But he just decided he wanted to talk about BLG, so he just changed to what I was talking about. BLG basically just did what T1 did in 2022, and you still deep throating night. So in 2022, what T1 did was win Spring, not win MSI, not win Summer, and then not win Worlds. Right, now let's just run through what BLG did, basically. So BLG won Spring, same as T1, admittedly in the LPL. Then they came second MSI, same as T1 so far. We're killing it so far. Then they, won Summer. So already they've done more than T1 did. We can stop right there. They've already exceeded T1, but we'll keep going. Then they went to Worlds, and they made the finals and came second. Well, yeah, T1 did that too. And they lost in Game 5. They did that too. So the only difference, just a very minor difference, is T1 didn't win the LCK, but BLG did win LPL. But let's just ignore that because you just like Faker. So, and by the way, I haven't even mentioned Knight here, you'll notice. And by the way, the idea I'm deep-throating Knight, a guy who talks about people eating dicks constantly, but he 24/7 glazes Faker, is fucking absurd. They're just morons, these people. Except BLG was an experienced Chinese super team, which makes the failure a little bigger. What does any of that have to do with 2023 JDG lineup out of interest? It doesn't. He just wanted to talk about BLG. What his logic was because JDG had Knight and BLG has Knight. This is now just about Knight and what he thinks about Knight and BLG. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Mate, by the definition of eating dick, my dick should have its postcode as the back of your fucking throat. Your tonsils should be like the second home, the fucking holiday home of my dick, because you can't get it out of your... You would think that my dick was a fucking straw and you were trapped underwater in a pond, and the only way to get fucking air was through my dick as a straw to the surface of the pond. That's the way you're behaving right now on a daily and weekly basis. Have we established that part yet? Everything's about dick, by the way. Get ready. It's just all about dick. Look. It's telling that in the international tournament with the best format, this T1 lineup made 0 finals in 2 attempts. That's just a fact, by the way. They were both better at Worlds and lucky. The greater the sample size, the worse they are as a team. Dick right back in the mouth. Hey, Dad. How was your day, Dad? Like at school, like we were just reading Dr. Seuss. Oh, hey, I was just telling that guy that doesn't know I exist, that he eats dick again, and dick cheese, and dick right in the back of his mouth. And if he doesn't like anyone, that's a dick in his mouth, isn't it? So, yeah, that's right, son. You keep working at school. One day you too could be like me. I can't do it. It's so stupid, isn't it? It's so fucking stupid. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Let's scroll past some of these. These are all just shite, aren't they? It's all just good shit. Let's see this one. Who even knows what that's even about? Let's keep going. There's got to be something about me, though, surely. Oh, we're in November. We're all the way back in November. Handball life with Thorin, swap for Keen, could be very dangerous. Such a bad move for Gen G. Let's see. I really think this is the window for T1 to have some domestic success. That is aged so poorly. It's amazing. For a faker and T1 stan, it's amazing how badly this tweet is aged. If you know League, I'll just say, just enjoy that one. I'll just leave that one to you guys to enjoy. It's fucking delicious. It's actually fucking delicious. That move didn't happen, by the way. And spoiler, T1 is not going to have any domestic success, so it's straight fire. Let's see, anything. Oh, here's a good one. Let's see. Winning worlds while not doing a damn thing in the server and just getting straight carried. Homie really was training for this his entire career. That's just a brilliant joke, very well formatted, and delivered at exactly the right moment with the appropriate media. Bro, really a fucking jerk, LMAO, says a guy who daily tells me how much dick I eat. While being the biggest faker glazer of all time, bro. Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? I don't know if I can really go... Surely, how far back does this shit go? We're just got to find out. Oh, God, I don't think I can do this, boys. So I do a funny joke. I even put the joke face on. And he goes, bro, really, you fucking jerk, LMAO. Don't worry, later on he absolutely malded for ages about the Reckless shit when I released that video. Straight fire in it. I love people like that always thought Reckless was great and then I revealed what he's actually like. And why would they get so angry? Because I didn't make it up, did I? Get ready for how mental this guy is. What if Knight arrived at that last fight? What are the chances out of 100 Kerry makes that play? I mean, it's a good play. Please tell me he's not actually just like commenting now like a fan. Let's just see. Holy shit. I'm actually going to give you just for free. We're going to read this tweet and skip forwards to what he's like after the Reckless video. Watch. 2nd of November. At Thorin, invite me in one of your shows to accurately represent, get ready for this, to accurately represent normal T1 fans. I don't have anything to promote. Let's go back a bit. No, actually, I'll skip to the front. Let's just see what he said recently. I used to think Doublelift was just an idiot, but the amount of lies he has told now makes it clear he's a really bad person. I suspect he will be exposed for something heinous in due time. That's actually true. I wonder what would be revealed if we looked at your life from 17/18 to 30. You know what's crazy, dude? I started working professionally in esports at age 18, and I kept working through 30, through 40. It's all on the internet. So you know what you'd find if you looked into my life? 0 ever convictions of a crime. 0 ever arrests. 0 ever fines or warnings in any context. Never told a lie in my professional career. Actually, I'm a fucking wonderful person. It's hilarious, isn't it? That's why I don't have to go on about it, because I just am. Because you definitely don't give a fuck about what your impact, your half-assed comments have on others, says a guy shitposting to me every fucking week. I can only imagine what you've done behind the scenes. Weird how no one ever exposes me then, dude. What are they waiting for? There's literally 23 years of shit on the record. What are they waiting for? It's weird, isn't it? All those other people you see get called out, but never me. Oh, I know you might think if you saw the Reckless drama, but wasn't that one person who called me out, just made it up whole cloth, never met the person or talked to them, complete lie. And I actually investigate that person, they're mentally ill. More about that in a future video. No young person is perfect, right? So guys, when Reckless was a manipulative, narcissistic and abusive teammate to 18-year-old teammates or 19-year-old teammates, when he himself was a 25-year-old mega veteran, 10 years in the industry, and then did stuff like lie about them and gaslight them in the public so they felt trapped and couldn't even comment on these things. That's just not being perfect. We were all like that. We've all done that. We've all had an abusive relationship with a younger colleague where we fucked them over in every context, refused to talk to them, forced them to play champions they're not good on, then gone into the public and done actual work pretending we're a mentor and a hero to them and that actually they love you so that they can never even speak out about what they've suffered. Yeah, I mean, we've all done that. No one's perfect, right? In fact, because no one's perfect, the worst things you could ever do outside of violence are just fine, basically, because no one's perfect. It's almost like this isn't really a very moral person. By the way, remember, this is a normal T1 fan. You know what the joke is? Probably is. Just think how mental the other T1 fans are. With the amount of people that hate his guts, don't you think something would have come out by now, lol? I'm not saying it's scandalous or he's a perv, right? Okay, so it's not scandalous like what Reckless was doing to his teammates for years. That was a massive secret behind the scenes in the industry. He just ID'd Reckless' worst flaws and called it journalism. I didn't. What I actually did was I investigated using a flawless technique where they can't lie to me. You don't need to know about that. None of your business. And I then reported what Reckless's teammates, coaches, and org figures said about him. I never gave any opinion or actually called out any of his shit. I was just the mouthpiece. Finding his worst qualities and bringing them up. Well, what's funny is I also brought up his good qualities. Then people said, this is just incoherent. What's bad about the good quality? Because they're so dumb. If you did that with most young people, it's the same ish. No, absolutely it's not. In fact, I have the reference point of other pros, and other pros aren't even vaguely like this. Who doesn't fuck up at times and get someone to become depressed? I haven't. There you go. I haven't personally ever fucked up and harassed a colleague into depression. Everyone has lowlights. I think he's sort of telling that he's a demon. Have you noticed that? He's probably a piece of shit. Oh, wait, he's a T1 fan. So, of course, he harasses people into depression. That's what normal T1 fans do. They tried to do it to my friend LS. They do it to Faker and all the players on T1. Let's see. When I made a post about T1 recently not making top 4 and finishing below Nongshim, that's crazy. When that Reckless was on the squad, they won Worlds. This is a normal fan who I should bring onto my shows, guys. I guess Doublelift really was hype for the human rights violations, because basically he said human rights violation hype. And then 4 years later, he co-streamed the event by the same people committing the human rights violations. So logically, he must actually have been hyped about the human rights violations. So this guy goes, held that in your pocket, just like the Reckless hit piece, did you? Whore activities. Normal T1 fan, remember. I love it. In the Rats, Cadrill's dogshit community of half-wits. So I'm not saying that Thorin is right in his video and Reckless is in the wrong, but why did Reckless play Janna bot lane one day? I can already tell you that one. It's just a funnel meta, mate. You just don't know what the funnel meta is. Like, I never brought this up in my video, by the way. This is just this guy saying this. And this guy explains, like, it was planned from the start and he didn't get... Well, no, wait a second. This guy just lies. He goes, it was planned from the start and he didn't get benched. He stepped down because he wasn't good enough on non-ADCs compared to Bwipo. It wasn't ADC meta and they had options. Why not use them? 1, Hans Sammer played the ADCs and they still won games. 2, other ADCs like Opposite and Double have tried the mages. 3, that's actually a complete lie by a mentally ill person. I have it on good information from multiple people inside that org that he literally was benched. He couldn't play at this point in time and he was scared to play those champions and wouldn't do it. This is how you can tell Thorin's fans are dick eaters. This is a terrible example. Normal T1 fan. It's normal. So LS did this thread. At Thorin, a whore. He was building that piece for his entire career. No, I wasn't. I actually built that piece over like a 2-month span or something. A year and 3 months ago or something. This was his magnum opus of dick eating and being a complete hater. This wasn't journalism. It quite literally used journalistic methods. It was searching for the worst parts of a person. Well, why would I expose not the worst parts when the person's an abuser? By the way, you side with abusers. That's who you are. Straight fucking hater, but spelt straight like Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne. Shout out to the early 2000s. February 9th. Spirit, a CS tweet here. You a whore. Remember, this is a normal T1 fan who could represent the fan base well. Tweet about Messi in CS. You a whore. A tweet about Shaq talking about Kobe on Instagram. Then he just starts agreeing with me. Just takes a moment to, I've got a bit of lucidity for a moment. By the logic of Faker stance, there is one mid laner in history who was clutch. Think about it. And every other one of the best mids of all time is a choker. Ever notice every discussion is improved without Faker stance? You are the biggest Faker stan. Right, he's tried to do a shit Uno reverse card where, because I've said every discussion is better without Faker stance. Yeah, well, yeah, you are one then. Normal T1 fan, by the way. Also, I wouldn't say I'm a stan, but I definitely am a fan of Faker's game. But when he's at his really good level, not when he's fucking shit in those summers. So this was about how in chess, I mean, apparently it was a joke, but they did say on camera, like, should we do a draw? So I put any sport in which you can share the championship is filled with people who don't understand the essence of competition. You should do a segment. Tell them why you're mad, son, and stop pretending it's objective analysis. It's just my opinion, you moron. Just lean even further into the hater stick. Yeah, I'm the hater, by the way. You are the esports star and buck wild. Whatever. Look them up if you want to. I won't. I just won't. I'll continue on. Get ready for how mentally ill this guy is. As always, not for once, get ready. As always, great interview, Thorin. So I provide great interviews for this person, to which he then turns around and as a mentally ill person tries to harass me on the internet. Getting an open long-form G2 Caps interview was dope. Get ready, though. You still ugly, though. This is a normal T1 fan. Let's go back, though. When was it? November 7th, right? Let's go back before. Remember, well, let's see what he said before that. Let's see if he was normal before November 7th. Let's see. There you go. So let's see. Reckless is the most carried world champion in the history of League of Legends. Literally, by definition, factually a true statement. LMAO, well done, lol, nice flip. Okay, that's not bad. He gets it's a joke. Okay, let's see. Maybe this guy's reasonable. Who knows? Oh dear, same day. Someone check on Thorin. Reckless just won Worlds. In no meaningful context that could ever make me mad or jealous, did Reckless win Worlds. He just sat backstage and watched them win Worlds. He wasn't even on the stage. It's brilliant, isn't it? I guess Chovy should just follow Faker's playbook for the last 7 years if he wants to win Worlds and surround himself with players who are better than him. The joke being there aren't any. Main problem for Chovy being that no such player exists. A brilliant actual lens I've put onto the two different players and their teams there. I bet you felt you were cooking too. One like. Faker was the best player on that 2019 roster. Clid was a saboteur. Right, by the way, because I said the last 7 years, so that would go back to 2017. Faker was the best player on 2019 T1. Okay, bro. Whatever you say. The irony of someone pointing out that instead of getting mad, you should just enjoy the games. If only T1 fans could. Xiaohu might be the best role-swapped player ever, considering he was legitimately elite in both roles. Won LPL in both roles and won MSI in both roles. The random Xiaohu glazing. Do I have to... is there like a statute of limitation on when I can talk about Xiaohu who just played in the World Championship? I'm going to go ahead and say there isn't. I mean, let's just look it up. This is on the 1st of November. Let's look when Xiaohu played his last game at Worlds. Because it was in the semi-finals, if you remember. And if the final was on the 2nd, I'm going to guess the semi-finals were on what? Like 29th of December, 29th of October or something? So let's look it up. Let's look up quickly. Yeah, his last game was on the 26th. So like a week earlier. So I've just watched one of the all-time great players from China play through Worlds to the semi-final and lose to the team I at this point thought was going to win Worlds. So I decided to do a tweet about it because I've been thinking about them watching the games. Random Xiaohu glazing. As though like I've just picked and said like, you know, Loveling from OMG was really good when he played support and jungle. It's like, that's from ages ago. This is literally this tournament. Normal T1 fan policing every thought you have. Totally normal. Just totally normal. If you think only Worlds matters, then Zika was better than Faker in 2022. He was. Zika was the best mid laner at Worlds. Faker's greatest accomplishment doing that 5-game series was not letting him explode. Zika destroyed Gen G versus Chovy. Just an excuse to make it about Chovy. The random Chovy dish. I didn't even talk about Chovy. And spoiler, the point I'm making, you dickhead, is, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, you cretin. So Thorin, if you think X, then Y. Well, yes, because Y. It's like, well, I've just said that, you moron. These people are so stupid, they think only they can be right, and they're never right. This 5-man T1 lineup, winner of Worlds, finalist at 3 Worlds, MSI finalist in 2022, LCK Championship, LCK finalist. I just listed their accomplishments. Welcome to the bandwagon. Right. By listing facts about T1, I'm now a bandwagon fan, along with him, a totally normal T1 fan. So, because Reckless said he promised he would win Worlds, ... the same guy who later on is like, he won Worlds! Get ready. Faker has to go through Chovy and Knight to win the Worlds title. If he wins, what will you say about him? We could probably let it happen before we do that. But no, I have to now admit to you what I would say and you win or something. I don't fucking know. Let's just say he plays at his level. Def think Chovy played a little better, but he played really well for the team. Okay. I mean, it's after the semis, so... Oh, no, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. I mean, what's the point? There's not really even a point there, is it? Look. Tagging me here, and Atlas, and Munchables, and Cadril, and LS. Get ready for our mentalist, guys. Letting Chovy know he will always rise above and make him believe again. Yeah, okay. Cool. Get ready. I know I work... Oh, wait a second. Let's have a look here. Get ready. He's going to do... Remember, this guy has an opinion on everything. Let's just have a look for a second. Let's just look for it. Let's just... You know what? That probably is him. By the way, imagine being a piece of shit like him on the internet, then putting your kid's picture there. Jesus Christ. Saying all this buku, retarded ass shit, and then putting your child's face on the internet. Jesus. Jesus. So I pointed out, this is that meme, isn't it? Of the wife jacket. But I know I work for the state beheading people and imprisoning women's rights activists, but I need to work the big events. Besides, have you seen what Semler was like on Twitter? So it's a point about hypocrisy, that people who work for people who behead people and put women in prison then go, look at what Semler's liking on Twitter. It's not even about my opinion, so get ready. Moral police are interesting because how deep can you dive? Just enough to make it point. You can't even speak English. If you can't speak English, then you can't read English. Therefore, you don't even know what I'm saying. Or do you look at what goes on in the US and talk about how they destabilize? Right, so to point out someone's a hypocrite and actually they're doing worse things than Semler, I have to talk about the USA destabilizing regions. This is a normal T1 fan. Or funding wars, again, nothing to do with this person, and sending/leaving weapons around the world. Oh, so logically, the US shouldn't leave weapons around the world. So I'm going to just go ahead and assume you are in favor of Ukraine not being supported with weapons because the US is helping to fund that. A prison industry, right? Now we're just talking about the prison industry. For me to make a comment about a woman being a hypocrite working for people who cut people's heads off and then going Semler's tweets are unacceptable, I have to talk about the prison industry in the US. Do you know why it's called whataboutism? This fucker will let you know, won't he? Hilarious. So because I said something about Kanye, every once in a while you have a really good opinion. You have none, ever. I mean, Korean rejects in APA were giving him trouble, Jojo Pion. I think it was more of a bad systems issue on C9. Yeah, no one cares, mate. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. By the way, I know people in C9, players, owners, I've known coaches. I know so much more than you'll ever know. But you saw an interview talking about systems, so it must be a bad system. Thanks for letting me know that. Faker has still never placed below top 4 at 8 Worlds he has attended. Right, so I've just stated an objective fact, an actual career accomplishment of Faker's. Let's see what a totally normal T1 fan would say. Shut your bitch ass up. LMAO, you spent 10 months out of the year hating. Why have I stopped hating by just mentioning a fact out of interest? Because to this moron, if you ever say anything that could be interpreted positively, you're now a fan of his. Get ready for some actual shite here. Solo queue leaderboard. Right, here's what's mental. I think Because remember, I have to get in the mind of a moron here. Obviously, the problem is there's no faker, right? But Reckless is second. And it says Worlds players. He's not a Worlds player. He never played a game at Worlds. So this moron, I assume, is just like, no, check out Reckless, though. By the way, in the role that is the most carried in history of League of Legends support. He's probably playing with pairs and the other ones, wasn't he, you moron? Remember when everyone who doesn't watch LPL or know ball said we were glazing LPL and Animal Life was going to be in the final? By the way, they didn't make it to the final, did they? They lost to BLG. Get wrecked. Love how you only respond to the dumbest opinions, low-hanging fruit. The irony, if you think about how he thinks he behaves with me. As though I should respond to his shit opinions and bring him on my show. Imagine being that antisocial. Here's a good one. Get ready. This is going to be amazing. Reckless fans before and after watching Thorin's upcoming video. This is funny because obviously this is when they had the fight suddenly got turned and they had to go back to the screen really quick. Look, oh my God, what? No one cares about Thorin's opinion on Reckless. Right, you know what? We're going to have some fun here, boys. Watch this. Watch this. I'm just going to show you something. Because obviously I can just donk on them now, can't I? Remember, no one cares about my opinion on Reckless. 300,000 views. I mean, technically, my opinion isn't actually in the video, but 300,000 views thinking it's my thoughts. Even a video that was a compilation my YouTube manager made the other day, 7.7k views. Whippo's take on my video about Reckless, 40k views. A different compilation video of Reckless of past stuff, 56k views. Some guy made a response about it, 256k views. The original video he made about that, 500,000 views. Let's have a look down here. Yankos reacting to it, 173,000 views. Nemesis. Oh, this is a while ago, actually. Let's have a look here. Someone made a different video about it, 19k views. Let's have a look. Double Lift responds, 191k views. Thorin did this to Reckless fight. Oh, I guess that's not my video technically, is it? I addressed my video on this, 30k views. Some guy called Nikic talks, 11k views about it. I did another top podcast where I talk about 12k views. Reckless himself responding to my video, 210k views. We could keep going, couldn't we? We just keep going if we wanted. So it's almost like you're factually wrong. No one cares about Thorin's opinion on Reckless. That's sort of backfired on you, mate. I think it's like the 10th biggest video on the history of my channel. He's been hating on him for a decade. Reckless fans and Thorin's fan, he thinks he's got me there. He's like, hey, Reckless has fans and you have... Listen, I'm not going to say plural fans. Get ready, listen. Legend, wait for it. Fan. You have a fan. I love it. Probably have the tiniest intersection on a Venn diagram. By the way, that's not a diss. I wouldn't want any Reckless fans to be in the Venn diagram of my fans. That's the issue with being a hater. Devalues your good points. Right. Wait a second. So because I'm a hater, my good points are no longer as valuable. Don't get it myself. Surely it's the bad points that lose the value, and the good points are the good points. Nah, never mind. It'll never make sense, guys. It'll never make sense. Oh, by the way, he was also the guy calling me donkey and going on about how I like suck dick and that the eggplex the dick. So get ready. Imagine thinking Reckless, who played ADC incorrectly for half a decade. That's what people told me. From sitting in a server with some Koreans, now understands the failings of the West and would help in any way if he transferred back. Lol. Dick, eggplant. More eggplant palm for you, I see. This guy, remember, later on said he was a normal T1 fan who I could bring on my show. He did like probably 50 tweets about how I'm sucking a dick constantly. When I'm not talking about other men sucking dicks, I am a totally normal T1 fan who could appear on shows and most definitely represent the fan base correctly. Get ready. Travis, Faker doesn't want to go to your Diddy cosplay parties. Right, so because you don't like Travis Gafford, he's just P. Diddy and potentially allegedly sexually abused people at parties because you just don't like him. You're a totally normal T1 fan. Let's see what shite this is. Just some nonsense. Oh, more about the dick. More about dick. Get ready. It's going to be about Kanye, but it's going to be about Faker's dick somehow. Get ready. Remember, when I bring up Xiaohu a week after he's been eliminated, that's weird. But when I bring up Kanye and you go, well, that makes me think about what you'd do with Faker's dick. That's just totally reasonable and normal. You're a normal T1 fan. Kanye has unreleased projects. I'll probably do a sideshow video about this one day. That leaked and are better than your favourite rapper's bullshit mainstream album. His waste paper basket clays pleb tastes. This is why I can't hate you. Because when you take Faker's dick out of your mouth, you actually have good dicks. It's so mental. Right, think about this, guys. He doesn't even understand the concept of the insult of dick sucking. That's the worst part I've just realised. Obviously, the person who sucks Faker's dick is the fan, like him who can't stop talking about Faker and gargling. But he thinks because I talk about Faker, I'm the one who sucks Faker's dick. Are you under the impression Faker wouldn't like to have his dick sucked? It's so mental. I could even tell you some actual speculation I would have about when Faker in real life might have had that done, and it would really hurt your feelings, my dude, but Faker doesn't deserve that. Looking forward to plebs pretending Knight sucked in that game. This was in the group stage, and Faker dicked him. LMAO, my guy knows how to get engagement. Yeah, I do from you. Fuck Faker's dick in his mouth. Everything's just about Faker's dick. They both did a great job at doing their jobs. I would say the cast sucked. No one cares, mate. Why is that relevant? Why do I care? He now gets mad at the cast because Faker goes 1v4 and almost kills one, so BLG has to back off. Bin goes 1v4 and gets wiped. They say Faker struggling to impact. Yeah, we glaze a Faker now, motherfucker. Who cares? Who cares? Keep going, though. We'll just keep going. This is about APA, nothing about Faker. Get ready. By beating it, NA fans have definitely lost hope. We are here to change that. By beating an Asian team for once, or locking out with the group draw again. You're such a dick, gobbler. I know your mum used to be so confused at dinner time, like really little Thorin. She definitely calls me little Thorin. By the way, my actual name is Thorin. She actually just called me that. And then she used to call me little Thorin. Eggplant parm again? Oh, my own mum. Oh, mum, what's for dinner? Oh. I'm going to have to eat this dick again, aren't I? Oh, what you doing with that little Thorin? I've cooked you a fucking shepherd's pie and you're just eating Faker's dick again at the dinner table. Oh, why have you done that? Don't you want to try anything else? Just dick to the face all the fucking time. It's so mental. And then he just actually tags APA, like APA gives a flying fuck about this comment, bro. How many more of these is there? Let's have a look. How many more? Fucking hell. Jesus, it's every month. It's every month. And it's all about dick. You know what? Let's just check. Let's just go around. Like, watch. Dick. We'll go back. Let's go down. He actually believes that Reckless wrote this out. In perfect Korean, yeah. There's no way you could ever get anyone else or a translator to write something in Korean. That proves he just fluent in Korean, yeah. Let's keep going down. Sucked off, yeah. It's all about dicks and mouths. Dicks and mouths. Let's go down. Keep going down. Keep going. So we're in September here. Let's keep going down in September here. Thorin makes quality fire content. Moron, of course. Nobody watched that video. My Zika video. Nobody watched it. But it's all straight fire quality content. A true gobbler. Faker def fucked your girl. Mate, I must have fucked every person you ever know, loved, or ever will. I must have daisy-chained those motherfuckers. And literally, my balls must have ached so much from having no more jizz for their face. Everyone you ever loved. And then after that, I took Polaroids and I actually asked them on your birthday to each one by one hand them to you in an envelope with a gold seal on the back. And each one, you just looked at it crying your eyes out, apparently. Faker's dick. These are just all shit. We're in July here. He's so triggered about Xiaohu, by the way. He can't handle the fact Xiaohu could ever be mentioned because he's a Faker fan. We're into July still. Still in July. Still in July. Still in July. Still in July. Still. Some of these are all on the same day, by the way. Still in July. Still in July. Still in July. Still in July. We're still in July. He's even tagging Fake like Fakey gives a fuck. 100 people saw the tweet. Nobody liked it. Fake and will never see this or care about you. Dick. This is such a white post. Oh, okay, cool. Racist, of course, but brilliant. All right. Not really, but kind of a stupid thing to bring up, isn't it? Which also implies, by the way, this actually is him and he posted his child on the internet. And by the way, I'm just going to say this, bro. Not a lot of melanin going on there, is there? Maybe you hate your own child, who knows? If they have an opinion. Daddy, I actually think Zhao Hu was great at top lane and when he won that MSI. Shut up with your white fucking posts. Mind your own business. Chovy shit. And you're sucking Faker's dick. Ah. Come on, little Susie. Oh, that's actually bad news. That's Monty's girl. All right, little Becky. Faker palm again, is it? Because you like Zhao Hu. Will you get Faker's dick out of your mouth? So mental, isn't it? How many posts, bro? We're only into May. March. No, May, April. By the way, nobody in 2024 ever said Faker's better than Chovy. Yeah, okay, bro. Whatever you say. Let's tag everyone here. Let's tag everyone. This is a really good video. You're really good at your job. June. We've made it to June 2022. Joe Marsh, go on a show with Thorin. Don't think I want him on my shows. Thorin's dick. Now it's about my dick. Now it's about my dick years earlier when he was a fan. Loving it all. Oh no, wait. I'm a little bitch. My bad. Just a little bitch again, aren't I? I thought I'd vacillated to like being cool. Didn't, of course. Still a bitch, innit? Go get that doll. It's like you were raped. Show us where he raped you. By the way, he's now telling me what LS's like life experiences was. LS is an actual friend of mine I can talk to privately anytime I like. And I've talked to him about topics like what happened in Cloud9 and other teams. But no, as usual, he knows LS better than me. We're in 2021 now. Is this ever going to end, do you think? This is mental. Joe Budden, the hip-hop guy, start an esports arm. Lineup should be Thorin, Monte Cristo, and I will dominate. Bro, you think we hate Faker and T1? You're so triggered. Oh, wait, my bad. This is 2021 when T1's irrelevant. This isn't when Faker's winning Worlds or go to Worlds Finals. So magically, you're a fan. Are you talking shit about my guy Thorin? The guy you then just tweeted about how he sucks dick like 7,000 times for the next 2 years. What is Thorin without that personality? He is a YouTuber with 100 subs. 61 followers. We'll just see how far back this goes. Let's see. Props to Thorin for coming up with a joke, says guy incapable of understanding Faker jokes at any point in history. We go all the way back to 2020. Let's see what the first tweet to me was. It's about perks. Are any of the LEC teams really that good, though? In 2020, spoiler, they literally only lost to the world champions in a series that year. Aside from, I guess, Mad Lions at home. They say no man is an island. We all need people who've got our back. And supporting me and the content on my channel are the following people. Matt Pugnatio Rajcula, The Concept, Animosity, Banediesel, Ben Glass, Jasun, Jensen Goh, Tosh, Toucan, and you know it. Always a special thanks goes up to my main man, Jerky's Minion. Do you want to ask a question for my video AMA? Do you want to take part in one of those lengthy discussions where I talk about whatever topics are on your mind? Do you want teasers, find out who the upcoming guests are, or maybe even to suggest a guest or a topic for my content? If any of those perks or others catch your fancy, well, put your money where your mouth is and join the Skrilluminati today, where? In the Patreon link in the description box below.